I'm Natalie.
And I'm Hannah. Welcome to the Stride Sisters podcast. On today's episode, we're discussing the Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend 2025 event guide, which kicks off our race season together. Join us as we break down everything from the expo to the course changes for the races and that awesome post-race party. So lace up your shoes and step into the magic with us. A good weekend. My sister was absolutely gorgeous.
Can confirm from photos.
Yeah, it was just great. And it was super, their venue knew what they were doing. It was very organized. There were very few hiccups, and the hiccups that had were only known by like my mom and my sister. Not a guest would have had no idea anything was wrong. And if I do say so myself, as someone who is now engaged but has not planned a wedding, but has attended many a wedding as part of the wedding party, we had to do zero cleanup. It was they handled it.
Oh,
it was gorgeous. Like, we were all kind of getting through the last few dances, and then we were talking to the event coordinator, and they were saying we're like, oh, and has this been moved to the house, and has this been done? And they're like, yep, everything's on the porch. Everything's waiting for you. We'll see you in the morning. We were like, oh.
That is the nicest thing, when they just take care of all of it for you.
It was great. There's I think my sister's missing a photo book or something in the chaos, but it was gorgeous. And then apparently they have someone who takes all of the flowers from the wedding that you don't want, so you get to keep whatever you do, but anything you don't want to take home, because that's a lot of flowers, I don't know where they can put them all. They take the ones that are going out, and then rearrange them into stuff and take them to the local nursing home.
Oh, that's really sweet.
So other people get to enjoy the beautiful flowers.
Oh, that's really sweet. I love that.
Yeah. So my weekend was very good. I may or may not have danced way too hard, and my old ankle injury from Chicago, good timing, is acting up on my right ankle. So hopefully just keeping it up, right? Working and stuff will give it a little bit of rest, and it should be fine. I don't think I actually hurt it. I just think it's a little what did you do to me? Why did you wear high heels?
We're not born for this. We're not ready for this anymore. Don't you remember we're 30?
I know. I had to wear high heels 2 days in a row. I don't ever wear high heels anymore. And if I do, it's for all of an hour max. My feet were on fire. They were in so much pain just from the rehearsal dinner the day before.
Oof.
And we all put our shoes on for the ceremony. I guess technically we put them on before picture. So that would have been at 1:32 p.m. And then by 5-ish, the ceremony was over. And we went back, took our shoes off, everyone switched into flats. It was great.
Yeah, that sounds phenomenal.
So it was a good time.
Good. Well, I'm glad.
What'd you get up to?
Well, we are on our couple-week honeymoon called Taper, and I still had a 12-mile run to do, though, so.
Yep, that sounds like Marathon Taper. This is that period where, we're not fans of saying just something, but this is where your brain messes with you and says, oh, just 12.
Yeah, I went out without my vest. I just had water bottles, and because I also, as a sidebar, I don't want to also say I'm nesting too, but like
Interesting.
I like I stripped my laundry
Mm-hmm.
and go to Go Clean Co's Instagram to figure out what laundry stripping is. That's where I learned it from. So I'm not even going to pretend that I like, made it up. And basically, you get really hot water, Tide, borax, and I think washing soda.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically, it's as one of my friends refers to it, you make pants soup. And you throw in your clean clothes and kind of like you stir once an hour into your bathtub, I should say. And it's foul. Honestly, it's foul, and I is like I am a sicko, and I need to do like my running clothes because this is what I end up doing during taper. I did it during taper for Dopey last year too, and it's nasty. Like all like wow, that was sitting in, and it's supposed to get removed like sediment, like if you have hard water,
Mm-hmm.
if you like
Any
any like
buildup.
yes, but like the fact that these clean clothes, I want to reiterate that these were clean already. Were touching my skin. Little gross.
It can look, yes, as you said, gross. It can look a little more dramatic than it truly is because it will also pull out a little bit of like dye and stuff
Yeah.
from the product. So it may look a little more gross than it truly was, but definitely stuff comes out. It's actually really good for you to do for like towels and things,
Mm-hmm.
especially if you notice your towels aren't like as absorbent as you think they used to be, if they have buildup or if you've accidentally used like if you use scent beads or anything in your laundry, could be like coating it. You should definitely strip those towels.
Yeah. Also, if you just want to be disgusted with yourself. Actually, when I did
I
them
don't.
last year, when I did them last year, like all my pants and stuff like that, that was a little worse than this round because you should always and you should do this as similar colors because, like Hannah said, the dye will go. So you don't want to put whites in there because they're not going to come out white. Um, at least not whites with your colors. I did mostly. I have a lot of dark workout gear, so that's what I did. Like some of my socks that are like beaten, and like I don't think they have any the dye left in them. Pretty much, those did go in too, but yeah. So we're in that stage of taper. I pull a lot of weeds too. I hosed my porch from all the birds, Oh boy, and yeah, no. So we're in like the weird like nesting, like honeymoon phase of taper, and I haven't gotten like irritable yet. I guess Mr. Natalie can confirm, um, but because I feel like my volume, yes, it's decreased, but it hasn't like really decreased because a 12-mile long run is a long run.
Yeah.
So I think when I have and I don't want to say just, but I just have 3 this weekend, I think is my long run, then I might feel it a little bit more. Or like because even my weekday mileage isn't really that much decreased either yet. So I'm waiting to get really just my juice back of like, I'm waiting for the feels really good part of taper as well. Um, and yeah, so I did the math today and up until this point, so end of September, by the time y'all are hearing this, I've done more mileage in just training for Chicago than I did for Dopey. So I want you to rewind in your head a little bit, or in actuality, to when I was talking about how excited I was. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do a standalone marathon, and that's going to be really exciting because I'm not going to have back to backs. Not true. I'm not because if you have 4 days to run and 7 days to do it, you got to do a back to back. I'm gonna probably have less mileage. Not true. I want you to rewind to when I was deluluing myself in the spring about that. And yeah, I still have training to go. I have about 10 days of training to go. Yes, it's a lot lighter of mileage, and this is me taking out the race week from Dopey week too, obviously. So, and in less weeks, it's been I believe 21 weeks since I started marathon training. The Dopey plan is 28 weeks of training, including race weeks. Let's just say 27. So I've done a lot. I've done more mileage in a shorter amount of time. No wonder I am so tired.
Takes a lot out of you.
It really does. So if you need to be de-influenced from a marathon, she says, less than 2 weeks away from a marathon, Just know I am here to help de-influence you, she says, knowing full well this will not be my last. I have dopey and like I'll y'all know me by this point.
She's got so many ahead. So many.
So many. And I like the marathon distance, but dang, in terms of like, and it's kind of validating in a way because there were things that I wouldn't say were bothering me, but I was like, wow, like my like training paces actually have gone down. Like besides when I'm doing speed workouts, I'm like, I just feel more tired, whatever. Okay, you should. You should. It would be weird if you didn't. So if you're in that boat right now, especially as mileage is increasing, getting closer and closer to races, just know if you're tired, it makes sense. And even if like you're not that tired, I don't know. Um, it's okay. It's okay to
It's
feel like you need
all
rest.
normal.
Yes. And taper is a great time when you have time to analyze your like training blocks one over the other. It's good times. Good times. Fun.
So, do we have any? We don't have any injuries to report. I did not acquire any blisters from my heel, and I don't think we have any new blister brigade submissions. You guys are doing a good job.
Yeah, we had a close call with Tony, who I also
Mm-hmm.
need to apologize because how to pronounce his last name is Rappel. Uh, oops.
Wrap it like an apple, baby.
Yes. So, oops. My bad. But he thought he was going to get one, and then close call didn't happen. So, good times.
You know what we do have though? Training updates. Not training updates. Countdowns? Training schedules? You know what I
Yeah.
mean. We have 23 days until Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend 2025. For your weekday run, if you are not running the challenge, you have 30 minutes, and the challenge 30 to 45. Pick your poison. For training week 8 of the 5K, you have a 40-minute long run. Week 14 for the 10K, 30-minute long run. Week 15 for the half and challenge. Beginner half has 3 miles, experienced half has 4 miles, and challenge also has 4 miles. Natalie, tell the people about your amazing news.
So, like Dora the Explorer, I'm going to have you guess what I had to do or what I did. Yeah, I got a wine and dine bib. Okay, so surprise.
No
Not
one is
surprised.
surprised.
No, no one should be surprised. But I did get a challenge bib, so exactly what I wanted. So if you see a sad looking little girl hobbling around, that would be me. I'll be happy to be there. We just don't know how the legs are going to be doing. I was thinking about it on my run this morning about how like I need to strategize my compression boot time at the expo. I'm going to strategize my compression boot time. Like I'm going to make sure like I hit them all up. And I don't know. I don't have no problem being honest. So like I just ran Chicago. Sorry. Um,
Subtle flex. No big deal.
oh yeah, I wasn't even thinking of it that way, but good call. But just like why did I just come back to your booth like 24 hours after I just saw you? Guess what? Guess what? My legs hurt.
Do you
Probably.
think this will be the time you crack and finally buy your own? Did you figure out the HSA, FSA money?
I figured that part out, but there's this other cute, convenient part where I'm in the middle of a name change. So it's still in my old name, and I haven't updated that yet. We're doing really well overall with that. Just there's a lot of things you got to update,
Yeah.
but I would say yes, I would probably crack if I hadn't done a little bit of pre-treating myself for my upcoming birthday. Um,
Ooh.
I bought a lot of Crown during the sale. Um, and yeah. So I probably don't need to be buying a super expensive toy right now, but like, even if it's with my HSA, it's like one of those things where I probably need to like cool it a little bit. But I would get the Costco ones if those go back on sale.
Yeah.
Because those are at least a good starter pack, and those could be like my travel ones. I could pop them in the owner's locker
Mhm.
because we are initiating Project Owner's Locker. at Wine and Dine.
Ooh.
So I'm excited. I'm actually like really excited for that. I'm excited to just have stuff and leave stuff. Like this purple bin is going to change my life.
I think so.
I'm excited for it. I'm so excited to leave hand soap and like and towels and like that kind of stuff in a big Tupperware container. But I'm hyped.
Awesome. Alrighty. We have 99 days until Marathon Weekend 2026. That's right, people. Double digits.
Ew, yeah, that thing that I probably have to start thinking about again. Great.
Mm-hmm.
Well, at least I've been doing back to backs all summer anyway, so it's been that part won't even be that violent of a transition.
I think it's going to be a pretty smooth transition for you.
Listen, as I keep saying, I really need to just get the job done in Chicago because it's going to be a violent transition if I still have something to prove. Not that I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. Like if I still if I don't hit that goal and I have to like take dopey training like super seriously the next couple months. She says I say that knowing full well it's gonna be like, yeah, I'm out here doing my 23 miler. Like you don't need to like you just already ran a full. Like what's wrong with you? Um but it's just the option to do it. And then I just go full send. That's just how that's the MO. But dang, 99 days. How did we get here?
Well, the time, each day there's 24 hours and the sun keeps going and we go to sleep and it starts all over.
Next thing you're gonna tell me it's October tomorrow.
It is. I'm so excited. We got home from the wedding and so I was already excited because we were putting up bits and bobs and we pretty much have our yard set up. Speaking of October, and the person at the end of our cul-de-sac, they went full send. They have the giant skeleton.
Oh.
Their skeleton has two giant dog skeletons on chain leashes. Then they have a giant witch, a giant scarecrow. And I'm not talking like life-size scarecrow. I'm talking like the size of a tree. It's huge.
That's awesome.
Like you can't see their yard because they have covered almost their entire lawn in fake spider webs. They have spider webs above their garage door. They have a witch that's like flying, sort of like it's flying, but it's like this massive broom. The broom is bigger than me. The witch is holding on to the broom just the hand, so it like gives that effect that she's flying. I think you can get it at Home Depot, so do a little Googling and you'll probably see it. But it's like their yard is full. They mean business.
Okay, I love that. I thought I was being accomplished. I put up my lights, like meaning my they are Christmas lights, but they
Mm-hmm.
have a Halloween setting. Got them at Costco. And speaking of Costco, higher percentage of a chance that the Mickey pumpkins have decreased in price
Mm-hmm.
again because they already are down, but I want them to go a little more down. Like if
Are
I
you
can get
waiting for Minnie or both?
both at my Costco, they're both the same price right now. So
Okay.
what I would like to do is buy both of them for the price of one. So if they get down to like 40 a piece,
Ooh.
and I want the pumpkins.
We're Midwestern girlies. We love a good bargain.
That is so true. I like beelined into Costco the other day. Like I was like, where are they?
I'm pretty sure they're all sold out at our Costco. They've moved on to Christmas. Like there's a little bit of like kids costumes left, but that's kind of it. Everything else is gone.
We definitely have a ton of Christmas stuff too. So like I'm also eyeing like what I want like when that goes, but that takes a lot longer to go on sale.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember I bought my little like lantern thing from Costco last year. That's Goofy, Donald, and Mickey. I think
Mm-hmm.
I bought it around this time. I think it was like even a little earlier in September, and it was already like so cheap. It was discounted so much because they had so much Christmas stuff. And then when I was waiting for the Christmas stuff to go on sale, it was like a little closer to Christmas. So then I left it out
Mm-hmm.
longer. But I I do kind of like the seasonal decor that's like popping up in my neighborhood. It's like character stops on runs. Um, Except I don't stop out in front of people's houses in the dark, and that's not nice. Like,
Mhm.
I'm already setting your Ring doorbell off.
Yeah. Well, for marathon weekend, we're on training week 3 for the 10K. You have a 2-mile long run. Oh, wait, I skipped. Let's roll it back, people. I skipped what your daily is. I know you know, but we're going to say it anyways. If you are running the 10K or half, you have 30-minute, well, 10K, half, or full. Jeez Louise, you have a 30-minute long run. Maybe I don't know what the training is. 30 to 45 for Goofy and 45 for Dopey. Training week 3 for the 10K, 2-mile long run. Training week 4 for the half marathon. Beginner half is 3 miles, and experienced half is also 3 miles. And training week 14 for the marathon, Goofy and Dopey. Beginner marathon has a 15-mile long run. Experienced marathon also has a 15-mile long run. Goofy and Dopey both have a 5-mile on Saturday and 15-mile on Sunday.
Oh man, it's back to back season. It already has been, but like,
I know. But we're pushing past the half marathon distance. So it gets real. If this is your first marathon and like you worked your way up or whatever, this is a real like milestone run for people, I think.
exactly. This is around when you start saying just to distances that were kind of like bananas earlier. Like when your long run was 5.5 miles for marathon training, and now it's like, oh, that's the start to my back to back.
That's my chill walk.
Yeah, that is my hot girl walk, actually. Like,
It's almost past hot girl walk season. It's almost towards what is it? Like what is it? Cozy winter or like pumpkin spice latte. I feel like there's some alternative for fall and I don't remember what the saying is, but
cozy stroll. I don't know.
I don't know. Let us know if you know. We have 121 days until Disneyland Half Marathon Weekend 2026. You have a 30-minute run for anything but the challenge on Tuesday, Thursday, and 30 to 45 for the challenge. We are on training week 1 for the half or challenge. Beginner half has a 2-mile long run. Experienced half has a 3-mile long run, and challenge also has a 3-mile long run. Welcome to the training zone. We have 149 days until Princess Half Marathon Weekend 2026. 198 days until Springtime Surprise Weekend 2026. And your proof of time deadline, as always, is January 5th, 2026. Let's move on to our Disney fun fact.
Yeah, we just decided to bypass news this week because we feel like the event guide having dropped last week was like big news. So,
So the whole episode is basically news.
yes. But there were a couple fun facts that seemed fun. Um, on September 30th of 1997, the Disney Magic begins taking reservations for its inaugural sailing in the following summer. And on September 30th of 2003, Mickey's PhilharMagic opens to the public in Magic Kingdom.
Dang.
I remember distinctly when that was new. Like that was the new thing. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. We're old.
That is also true. And then on September 30th of 2019, Illuminations Reflections of Earth has its final performance at Epcot. Yeah. I almost just made like a joke about my fear of it as a child, but decided not to this time. Um, but yeah, I remember because they had a lot of farewell Illuminations merch and stuff,
Mhm.
and Yeah, that's crazy because it feels like it's been gone longer, but also the COVID years were like dog years, so like
Mhm.
they were long years. So it's kind of nuts. But yeah, and then also tomorrow, October the 1st, is the birthday of the Magic Kingdom.
Yay, Magic
And
Kingdom.
Epcot, actually. Should not.
Whoa, really?
Yep. Uh,
Look at that timing. Good job.
yep. Magic Kingdom was October the 1st of 1971. Epcot was October 1st of 1982.
Good job, Disney.
Yeah, you gave Magic Kingdom a little brother on his birthday. Crazy how that works.
Mhm. You know what else is crazy?
What?
Finally getting the event guide.
Wee woo, wee woo.
We've been spiraling in our group chat about the event guide and marathon weekend medals, which of course we still do not have. Rude, but we've just been trying to like look at the stats, look at the numbers, and there was a brief period where we thought like it was gonna come and then it didn't, or that they might like push it out and start having it only like 2 weeks early. I don't know, man.
So to be fair, that is what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
It was only 2 weeks before. And that was like, oh, wow, like it was so early if you got it like 23 days before, which is wild if you think
Mm-hmm.
about it. Um, Absolutely wild. But we have our event guide. Came in nice and on time, I'd say. We've gotten kind of spoiled with them coming like early, but I don't know, good 28 days before. Because then also we have the race a week earlier than normal.
True. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I had a moment not too long ago when because last week or not last week, well, last year it was over Halloween
Mhm.
and people were all up in arms about it, but I thought it was over Halloween again this year or that I had a different race, but it turns out I have Wine and Dine break week then another race. Nothing actually over Halloween unless I go crazy and find like local.
That you could do.
I want adult trick or treating with a 5K. Like, right?
Oh, that's. I was gonna say if you want adult trick or treating, Mickey's not so scary, but
But like instead of character stops or maybe with character stops, it's trick or treating.
that sounds so lit.
But I guess like people maybe don't want to carry their candy bags, but like
Um,
maybe you just wear a vest and then they like drop candy in your vest.
Wait, we should design this sounds like an opportunity for us to
The
design
first
something.
Stride Sisters race, trick or treating.
Wait, but like actually though, like even like if we did it on like a track, right, where like you could
Yeah.
drop your candy bag like at the wait.
Oh my gosh! But what if it? Okay, so you know, there's like all these. This is we're really spiraling now. We're off topic. It doesn't matter. You know, like they have all these like backyard ultras and all this stuff
Yes.
where it's like for each lap or like you need to complete this in this time, but let's not do time. And it's just like the more laps you do, whatever pace, you get candy in your bucket.
Wait, that sounds lit. I see nothing wrong with this. I fertilized my lawn last night, and wow, we're hitting like a lot of big Stride Sisters things here. But fertilized my lawn, and you got to start the Garmin.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I got like a mile out of fertilizing my lawn, and I also like. I'm not gonna say it wasn't the most thorough, but like at a certain point, I didn't want to be bitten by bugs anymore, and
Yeah.
it was night time. But anyway, yeah, we could make something happen. Make
Hmm.
something happen. I like it. Speaking of making things happen, for needy communities in the Orlando area, the featured charity is the Second Harvest Food Bank of Central Florida for Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend.
You know what also would be fun?
What?
If Disney did some kind of like, you know, with since it's with the food bank, if they did like a food drive associated with the race, like if you brought cans to the expo or something to donate, if they had some kind of like freebie magnet or if they had like some kind of exclusive thing that you would get if you like contributed to this. I'm just thinking about we did food drives in school
Hmm.
and like a way to like really like up the ante.
That
Or
is
if
the
you could like jump a corral
oh
if
god.
you or something like I that's maybe a little out there, but like I feel like they could do something and people would really get into it and we could really do some great stuff for the food bank.
That is true. I know that a lot of food banks do operate such that the way that they're able to stretch a dollar to really, really cover and get a lot of food, like it's more optimized than you and me for the most part.
Mhm.
But that would be, God, jumping a corral. Eggshells would like have like a suitcase of beans. And that would be absolutely wild. But now I'm just like thinking of like making like a big Mickey out of like beans or like canned
Mhm.
goods. That'd be so
Think
awesome.
of the sculptures they could build out of our cans.
We could also like make it almost like not like a fight, but like kind of. I'm scrappy today, and like 5K, 10K challenge. I don't know how you do it with people
Yeah,
doing
which
multiple. I don't
race
care.
race
Yeah,
yeah, which race brings the most stuff in, they get something extra mailed to them afterwards.
it's like it's reminding me of Penny Wars in high school, where like
Yes.
they kind of made sure that the seniors won because otherwise the seniors would riot, and they would
No.
they would do a
I don't
senior.
think they did that at my school.
Well, they would do a senior ditch day, or I don't know, but not like the seniors would riot, but usually the seniors did get into it the most. But my
Mhm.
freshman year, I know that we were beating the seniors at some point, and we because a lot of people in my grade like also had older siblings, so like they knew the bit with
Mhm.
Penny, but that was a conspiracy that like they made sure that last time the non-seniors won, the seniors rioted, and like I mean Catholic school rioted, so like maybe rolled their skirts like one more time or something, or like set their car alarms off, like Catholic school riot, um nerd riot, or like I don't know,
Very tame.
shared one answer on a homework with someone else. Nerd.
Ooh.
Nerds. Like gummy clusters. Uh,
As I like to say, being called a nerd just means people are jealous that you're passionate about something.
exactly. Own your weird, as Brittany Charbonneau says.
Mhm.
But talking about the expo, your hours for the expo are on Thursday, October 23rd, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. On Friday, October 24th, 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. And on Saturday, October 25th, 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And all of this occurs at the ESPN Wide World of Sports.
Woo! Your check-in pass will be available on Monday, October 20th, 2025. Make sure you bring your printed or digital check-in pass along with a valid form of photo ID to get your BIP. If you signed your waiver in your account, then you should get that emailed to you. Otherwise, you will need to fill out a paper one at the expo. As always, if you're international, you'll have to do that anyways. So you rest assured it is not like gonna be the end all be all of whether or not you get to race, but it will speed up your experience for sure. And if you're like me and you somehow get all the way to Florida and think you don't have your ID, go ahead and take a picture of it right now because this is what's going to save you. They will accept a photo.
That they will. One other thing about the check in pass, though, is that since we've gone to unique codes for
Mm-hmm.
the races, make sure that even if you have to sign your waiver in person, make sure you save down your check in pass, because
Yes.
I don't actually know what happens once your check in pass goes away. I don't know how you link your photos to PhotoPass. I'm
I
sure they can get it for
think,
you, but
yeah, I'm sure they have it saved somewhere that they can find it. I know I saw some people posting that they like didn't save theirs and now didn't know what to do after Disneyland, but I hadn't seen what the resolution was. So better safe than sorry. Like take a screenshot, write it down somewhere, put it in your notes. I don't know, but make a more permanent log.
yes. As I like usually take a picture of it, then I screenshot it, and then I'm like, did I actually do that already? I don't know. So I have a couple, but then I also have that record always of like, one thing that if you are getting your coast to coast medal, it will say you are eligible on there. And if this needs to be, well, this is the last opportunity to get coast to coast for this year. So that's calendar year. So if this is your second race, it has to be your second race. Um, it'll say eligible at the bottom. When you're at the expo, you're going to get a wristband that has to stay on until you get your medal at the end of the half marathon.
And this is where we recommend that you like really make a fist while they're putting it on so you have a little extra wiggle room in case you swell.
Yes. I think both times, I know, especially this last time, I was asked, they're like, oh, is this okay? Like, is this too tight? So maybe I think they've received the feedback, not to kill somebody, don't put it too tight. But yeah, they asked me, they're like, oh, is this good? I'm like, yeah, this is perfectly fine. And they asked which wrist I wanted on. So jumping the gun a little bit, but just speaking of check and pass, it will say eligible at the bottom of it. Merchandise, as always, is going to have the virtual queue. I guess as always in recent times. But you will be able to. We've covered how to join the virtual queue in past event guide episodes, so we're going to kind of be a little bit quicker on this one. But in the My Disney Experience app, starting at 8:30 in the morning, you will be able to join the virtual queue. You can have up to 6 people in your party that you can, like, because ESPN Wide World of Sports is not bound by having like tickets to it. So you can meet anybody on your friends and family list, and you will join it. It's only one virtual queue to join though, so you won't have to, like, at Disneyland there's 2 separate areas for the shoes and the merchandise. And the second drop will be at 1 p.m. You can only join the virtual queue 1 time per day, but it's just to the merchandise area, and the shoes are included in there. So you should be able to show like your QR code when it's your time. They do have it so that it's from the time of the expo open. So even though 8:30 is the drop for the virtual queue, 10 a.m. is when the expo opens. So even if you are group 1, you will get something like 90 minutes until you are to return. So don't fret. Don't fret.
You must pick up your bib the day before your race. There's no guarantee of pickup the morning of the race. Sometimes, I mean, runner relations is always open, but they may or may not be available to give it to you, so do not bank on that. You also cannot pick up a bib for someone else unless they are a minor. So you can't pick it up for your sister, you can't pick it up for your friend whose flight got delayed or canceled or whatever. Unfortunately, the only scenario that you can pick up a bib for someone else is if they are under the age of 18. So plan responsibly.
Indeed. Just one note from looking at the transportation before I get too excited about the expo. It'll begin 30 minutes prior to the expo opening and then end 30 minutes after it closes. It's all through charter buses, not Disney transportation. So don't expect to see the Remy wraparound on these buses. It's going to be a big white bus. Sometimes they are Disney Cruise Line buses, but it's a big different type. It's like a charter bus.
The cruise buses are nice, though.
They are nice. But sleuthing through the event guide a little bit, especially when it's the first one of a new season, love to like a little peeky peek what's different. But it seems that based on the maps of the expo, that the photo ops, and meaning, like, I think the number signs should be in the State Farm Field House, which is where you pick up your bibs, because there's a whole section for, they call it game day and character greetings. And then there's also just photo ops, which are by the 10K booth. So that implies to me that it's where the number signs are. So maybe I'm wrong. Could be, but this is what it was implied as to me, because with a little bit bigger weekends, everyone's kind of wondering, like, okay, like, I'm really curious once marathon weekend comes around of how they're going to do shoes or where they're going to do shoes. because the arena is, or it's the arena from the Hunger Games during marathon weekend for merch.
Mm-hmm.
So I can only imagine where they're going to pop the Brooke shoes. Speaking of other changes, in the reunion area, kind of jumping ahead to the races, it looks like entertainment and food and beverage are all in the same area. So, like along, I would say, the same line of the fence per se, as opposed to usually the food and beverage tent is separated. So, like if you're entering, um, and you turn toward the stage, so you are facing the stage. Food and
Mm-hmm.
bev will be, or used to be, on your left.
Mm-hmm.
Entertainment characters were in front of you. So now it's all in the same like kind of space. Is there going to be less entertainment? Is there going to be less beer? That's what I want to know.
They can't possibly.
They can't have that much less beer because then they
No,
run
we've
out.
already drained them dry before on cider. So like,
Exactly. We'll be fine. But it was interesting because of like the proximity. And I know that they are doing some work on the parking lots at Epcot right now. So I don't know
mm-hmm.
if this is just a temp thing for Wine and Dine or what, but it was interesting. I was looking at if you look at the map that shows you the reunion area for the races, it does show this. So intriguing. Intriguing.
Mm-hmm.
Love me a little like sleuthy sleuth through the event guide.
We'll speculate in spiral.
Oh, we got to speculate in Spiral. That's just how it goes. Speaking of that, let's talk about some courses.
Let's do it. All right, let's talk the 5K. We have one water stop. It is near the American Adventure Pavilion in Epcot. There has been a slight change around mile 2.5. Routes near the Imagination Pavilion and Land Pavilion. Okay. It routes toward. You're saying it routes towards those and then goes around.
Yes, it goes, yeah, near these pavilions and then goes toward the World Celebration Gardens. The way it used to go is that it used to cut back in by Communicore Hall and then just go right to the World Celebration Gardens.
Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so we're skipping Communicore, like just going like wee
I
instead
think we're
of
skirt.
wee.
I think
You guys can't see me. I'm like trying to draw it with my fingers, like Disney Channel style for the mouse.
and the worst part is that I understand what she's saying. But yeah, we're skirting Communicore. Well, we are going to go near Communicore, but we are going to go near it. Because it's the worst part is that I also have the last year's Wine and Dine event guide. Fun fact is still like live because they had a more custom like link to it, like of like 2024 Disney instead of like recycling them. So I literally have the old one open still for comparison purposes. Ah, mems. All good. Yeah, but it's I mean, at least compared to the wine, because the Wine and Dine 5K course from last year, because that was that was pre Communicore Hall, or that was when Communicore Hall I think had just
Well,
opened.
yeah, it had just opened because like the lights were up. I don't. Maybe they didn't. Maybe it wasn't open yet, but like we definitely saw it.
It was because I remember I ate soup in there, so that's why I don't
But
know.
yeah, like the last few race weekends, we've run past the stage, and we're not going to do that this time. We're going to run past. Is it Moana? Is over there?
You'd think with how often we are here, we would know this, but yes, we're gonna go like kind
Right?
of that like back path, like
The less exciting path. Oh, it's not quite past. There's like we'll turn right before Moana for like the back side of Communicore Hall, not the side of Communicore that's by the stage.
yes, yes, that's a better way to phrase it.
Maybe yeah, that's about like how do we they can't see my flailing arms. How do I describe this?
Yes, at least I'm pretty sure.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It'll feel different if it's different, okay? I know it's a little different. Man. Off to a hot start here. But good times. Good times. But it will be a good time for all of you doing the 5K, which is not us, but love a good way to kick off the weekend.
And you're still going to get your amazing Spaceship Earth photo stop, so no worries.
I love that they've brought that back because the marathon in 23 was so 22 when I did Princess, the 10K, that course went near Spaceship Earth, but then they were doing so much work around there that it was gone for a while, or like going under or running near it was gone for a while. But I love that you get that photo op. That's so good.
It's one of my favorite photos. Like, even like Spaceship Earth and Castle are like very close for me.
Ooh, love that. Love that. Shall we go to the 10K?
Yes, we shall.
All right. I'm not, I was about to be like a little dramatic and be like, huge changes ahead, but I think they're all positive, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
But so the way that to go over stats first, as we do, we have 3 water stops. That hasn't changed, but we have 2 medical stops. Usually it's been 1. So positive change there. So the changes that we have going on for us is that we're going to do the entry that takes us around, and it's similar to how the 5K starts, where you loop around and then you go behind test track to enter the parks. We're not going like all the way out to the highway, the go around, the up the ramp, so that it's almost really it's usually right before mile 3 when you enter the parks.
Mm-hmm.
We're
fine by me.
Yeah. We are in the parks. We are locked, loaded. We are ready. We are in before mile 2. Boom. Honestly,
mile 2 is like right at mission space.
Yes. So, hold on to your pukey pants, I guess. And the Crescent Lake loop, also, when you exit the parks, but still in like some cool area, it goes around to the boardwalk first and then to Yacht and Beach Club. So boardwalk, then yacht, then beach, which I also quite like. Get that caution, boardwalk will maybe slippery out of the way, but more so that it kind of just reminds me of I would say quintessential Run Disney 10K course, but because I don't think I've done it that way all that much. But when I think of it, that was my first like 10K back from COVID in 2022 for Princess. Is I remember distinctly going that way. It was it was the Hollywood Studios course too, like the one that dipped into Hollywood Studios, ran it along,
Yeah.
But I still always think of like, this is the right way for me to be going, even though I've done the other 10K course so many more times, but it still feels like it's the right way. It's like, we're so bad, baby.
And they strategically that other medical we're talking about, that one is like right before mile 4, right after you go over the boardwalk. And if it is slippery, you're close to the medical team.
Yep. Inspired.
And also that so you have to go up like kind of like a ramp. It's a little steep right there, right after boardwalk, to go over that bridge. And I know in one of the race weekends last year, there were a ton of people. There's some like uneven pavement back there. So just like keep your eyes peeled, because a lot of people were tripping, and there was a lot of volunteers like shouting for people to watch their step and like pointing, and they had a cone, and it was very dramatic. So just, we don't want anyone to fall.
True that. Something I didn't mention is that we do like the full World Showcase loop. And then after this, we go back in to World Showcase. And it's amazing. This is honestly such a good course.
It might be one of the most thorough Epcot experiences you can have during a Run Disney race. We genuinely cover basically the entire thing.
Yeah, it's like they heard people talking about the Disneyland 10K course, and we're like, hold my beer. Hold my beer. That is going to be in more limited quantities, apparently, maybe. I don't know.
We miss the, what is it? Is it UK? Is that the one pavilion we kind of skip over?
Well, we enter behind it.
Yeah, so because we like drop out right before and then jump in right behind on the way to Canada. Indeed.
Yeah. It's that back area where,
Mhm. Where there's, like, live stuff, right? Like,
yes.
live
Yeah,
performances?
yeah, yeah. Kind of back by where like the two phone booths are. Like that's
Mhm.
probably the entrance that we take. That's usually the entrance that we take. But yeah, this is a pretty darn thorough course. We do a loop around. Like we do. There's a little bit of backstage time. So behind the land pavilion, behind Imagination, then you're back in the park, and then you do this little like cute little loop around the World Celebration Gardens, which is kind of neat. And then we get that little exit back by Spaceship Earth toward the front of the park too. So it'll be a second opportunity to get that beautiful, beautiful Spaceship Earth photo
Mhm.
op. This is honestly, I'm so hyped for this course. It's going to be
I'm
so good.
I'm so upset that I'm not doing it, especially now that I'm no longer running Princess because I'm going to Japan. I know, tough pill to swallow, but, now I'm, like, really jealous.
Wait, wait, that just hit me. That I was like, oh, well, yeah, of course you're. Oh no,
Yeah.
springtime, springtime. No,
I don't
uh,
know, we'll think about it. I don't know, there's a lot of PTO days.
that wasn't a no.
It's never a no.
True,
It's
especially with
never a
the
no anymore.
especially with the two of us. But I'm so hyped for this course. It'll be really good, and I'm very very excited for everything it has to offer. Now on to the half. The half. Again, maybe I, because of last week, was the Chicago Nike merch drop. And let me just hand you real quick, but it's that I don't know what in the AI like generated slop that was, but maybe it's because I got all my like snark out on that. That like
Mhm.
I'm like, wow, like this is a positive change for the half court for wine and dine. I am thinking about the green tank though. That one's actually kind of cute. The now that I've like looked at, and I've seen somebody
Mhm.
who got the green Nike tank. I don't really like Nike in the first place, so like don't spend your money challenge is like, oh, okay.
More for Disney.
True. Or like I ended up buying more crown.
Yeah.
Ended up buying the skort for the Windy City skort. So
Mr. Natalie, forgive us.
yeah, he cry reacted to my post asking how people did with the sale. It's like look away. You don't need to know. But anyway, but I think I don't know. I think again it was like these were positive changes overall to the half marathon course. So
Yes.
let's get into it. We have 9 water and Powerade stops and 1 food stop, which is confirmed to be honey stingers.
Are they chews?
Most likely, yes. Um,
Yes.
Disneyland had the chews. I didn't. Even, so funny to me is that some of the discourse post Disneyland was that some people thought it was going to be the waffle, and they were
Oh,
like,
were they sad?
they were really sad.
Oh, but
But
the chews are good.
to me, there was like no chance. Like I was surprised it wasn't sport beans, first of all. But secondly, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, like once I saw honey sticker, I'm like, yeah, it's definitely gonna be chews. Because I
Yeah.
guess in 22 they were chews. Kind of like they've had
Mhm.
like this like oscillation post COVID between beans, chews, beans, chews. Um, I could be like a beets and chews, beets and chews. Anyway, that's how you should be fueling. But yeah, there. Some people were like, "Oh, I was expecting like a delicious waffle and wondering what flavor I was gonna get."
Oh, I'm
Sorry.
very picky about the waffles. I like the cookies and cream one. I like the salted caramel,
Oh,
and I like there's a chocolate one. I just bought a new flavor. They have a PB&J one and a like almost like Nutella one, like
I was gonna
chocolate
ask if you
peanut
had
butter
tried the
one.
new ones.
I have both. Well, wait. Maybe I only have the chocolate. I have them. I just haven't had a chance to try them yet. They're on deck for my next long runs.
Nice.
That's how
Yeah,
I start all my long runs in case you were curious. Same as race day is I have a waffle like right before the start as if I'm in the corral because that's my corral food. And right before the go, before the fireworks. So I like to simulate that every long run.
that's good. That's good. I like that. We've got 4 medical stops on this course, so should you need assistance, there are also bikers going around, but 4 medical stops. And we have, talking about the course changes. So in Hollywood Studios, so by this point in time, actually, the animation courtyard is closed. Yes, and it definitely will. Obviously, if it's
Mm-hmm.
closed now, then it will be closed by the time that Wine and Dine comes around, because they're not going to finish that fast. But so there's a little bit of a course diversion. So this is if you've run the Springtime Surprise 10 miler or the Wine and Dine in the past. This part, like the parks part, is pretty similar, with one change with the whole animation courtyard being closed. So not only do we have to run past the carcass of Muppet Courtyard once, we have to run past it again. We have to come around because we go backstage a little bit and we got to run by it again a second time, because it wasn't just like one middle finger to Natalie, it was a second one. Just ready, rip, rolling, ready to go. So I pretend I do not see it, but I gotta have to pretend twice.
Maybe for the bit, I'll get you some like blinders like they put on horses and you could just like wear those.
Honestly, it's just weird. Like, I pretend I do not see it. Maybe I'll bring back Miss Piggy just for the bit, because I, of course, with having gotten a bib kind of late and having like this, little jaunt around Chicago in a couple weeks. First, my whole costume procrastination has been in like overdrive, and I have nothing. I do have some plans now, but maybe I'll be Kermie. Actually, no, I hate those pants that go with Kermie, so we'll get there. So, your first few, they actually made more mileage out of the course in terms of when you get to mile 5. That's been a little bit closer to Tower of Terror in the past. Another beautiful change that they have made in the last year or so is that there is no longer a water stop along the path from the boardwalk to Hollywood Studios. And
Yay!
that's not new for this race, but I just like to say that they do take they do listen.
They
to
hear
the
us
feedback.
sometimes.
And that is good. But yeah, you're a little bit further. They kind of squeeze some. Pardon me, sorry. They squeeze some more mileage into the park,
Mm-hmm.
and which I think is fantastic. And then you got to the highway, and
Guess where we're running to?
You go past Coronado, and there's you run toward like before you run toward the Blizzard Beach parking lot, and guess what? Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
I thought you might sing it.
Hello, darkness, my old
friend.
I've come to talk with you again. See, now we're to continue. We have our everybody. If this is your first half, your first Wine and Dine half, we have the newest initiates to the Blizzard Beach parking lot. Hello, pledges!
Woo!
Woo! Woo!
It's really not as bad as everyone puts it out to be.
It really isn't.
The parking lot itself is fine. When it's in the context of the marathon, it's the approach really that really sucks. It's not so much the parking lot, in my opinion.
Yes, it's when it's hot, when it's sunny, when it's, all that part. That's the part that makes Blizzard Beach parking lot, kind of not a vibe. But that's where your snackies are. So if you, your food stop is in the Blizzard Beach parking lot. And they do time it that way for the full as well. But I honestly, in seriousness, I think that this is a better change, because the way that it used to go is that you would then exit the Blizzard Beach parking lot, do this loop down near the Forbidden McDonald's, of potential arrests, and then you'd loop around, and I used to call that Cone Alley 2 Electric Boogaloo, and that was always super narrow.
Yeah.
So I think that we're just going to have, because they had an active roadway going next to it, and it was kind of scary. And I know I've whiffed on Guardians virtual queues like on that road. So maybe I'm just like a little beefy with it in like other ways. Like I've been looking at the cones and like been like, dang, I missed it. But I think that this is a positive change because you kind of go back up the way you came past Coronado Springs. It'll be really good. I do like out and back like this on Disney courses because you see other runners. If you're nervous about where the balloon ladies are, you can see, oh, wow, that's a sea of other runners. I don't see any latex, so we're good. Well, I see latex, but not in the air in a balloon format. And it's kind of nice. It's like a little like median thing. There'll be probably people out cheering. It's not an official cheer zone, but people do usually end up there to say the least. But I don't know. And then you go back. Yes, you're on the highway, but like especially once you're on the highway near mile 9 or so, that's like 4 lanes of open road. You are cruising. You have so much elbow room. Actually, also, the one more thing about the Blizzard Beach parking lot is that it will probably still be pretty shaded by that point. So,
Mm-hmm.
and also up to mile 8, it'll probably pretty much be shaded. So that's definitely huge. That's a plus. When you get out to the highway, mile 9, like nice elbow room.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to cruise, usually have some good character stops. I don't know. I think it's positive. I think that we had a positive change. I will not miss having to go near the Forbidden McDonald's, the Forbidden Hash Browns. But I don't know. I think that it's just kind of like the camp of the experience of like, guess what? You don't have to do the full to go through the Blizzard Beach parking lot. You could go on your check-in day, but you could also do it during the wine and dine half. but but kind of a pretty standard end to the half marathon course after that, where you go up that banked curve, you do a little like bloop, and then you go back up another on ramp. If you've done this course,
Yeah.
like you gotta know what I'm talking about.
It's the one thing I don't love about a lot of the, um, especially this course, is there's a lot of like hairpin
Yeah.
turns, and I just do not appreciate having to make such a sudden loop around to go the opposite direction.
But then you
But
get to hear Riley Claremont's voice saying, "Caution, runners! Sharp
that's
left turn
true.
ahead."
That's true.
It's true. You might have thought he was gone for the day, but your entry back into Epcot, you go swing around the back of the land pavilion. Then it's pretty standard. You exit near test track. That's exciting to have. You know, feels comfortable. Feels like
Mm-hmm.
normal. And then you are on your way to 13.1. Something that I noticed in the event guide that was new was if you look at your individual events, you can see they have like an estimated last finisher time.
Mm-hmm.
So, our estimated final finisher to be precise.
So
Um,
you don't have to do the math yourself of when you think the sort of ish drop dead time is.
yeah, but
That's
the
a
math
why
is
do we put it that
fun.
way? That sounds so bad.
Yeah, true, but the math is fun, right? So, like,
Not for everyone, Natalie. Not for everyone.
that one
Not everyone is the same kind of nerd we are.
that's true. Um, One thing, a caveat with that is that I would not bank on that, meaning that, oh, like, that
Mm-mm.
means I have to be off the course by 8 a.m. So I'm looking at the 10K, for example. It says estimated final finishers is at 8 a.m. I would still kind of expect that the balloons start around 6. If they start at 6, that means that 7:40 is the drop time that they'll finish, because that an hour and 40 minutes is 16-minute miles for a 10K. So estimate that way, and then kind of, if it's later than that, then great. But if it's not, then you're not in any kind of trouble. Resort transportation times. It is recommended that you arrive no later than 4 a.m. for every single race. For the 5K, resort to start line, buses will run from 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. And then from finish back to your resort, they will run from 6:30 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. So noted that you can rip a really fast, like Tony does. You can rip a really fast 5K and then go to the beer tent. And actually, you probably have to wait for it to open. But there is that time in the middle where the finish line is not open, or bleh, the finish line's open, where the buses are not running.
The finish line is always open.
That is true. Um, good lord. But the you will not be able to take or get on the bus, and sometimes it doesn't even start till like 6:45 either. Like once like they can actually have on clear roads. So keep that in mind. For the 10K, resort to start line is 3 a.m. to 5 a.m. Finish to resort is 6:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. One thing to note is that these are the official posted times for when the buses start. Sometimes they are a little closer to 2:45. I've gotten on a bus closer to 2:30 before on these types of days. So, if you're already up and like kind of like jonesing, like I like sometimes like I just need to get out of the room like to like once I'm ready, like I'm not like still gluing a lash on, like walking through Port Orleans Riverside. I would, but like that does sound on brand for me.
Mm-hmm.
But I sometimes just need to like get like out of the like if I'm ready, like I'm just like, okay, there can be no temptation that I go back to bed. None whatsoever. I'm too jazzed from the first place, but there can be no temptation. So I just like to skedaddle. But for the half marathon, your resort to start bus times are 2:30 a.m. to 5 a.m. and finish to resort are 6:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. And note that what we did and did not say, we only said buses. That means the monorail will not be running. The Skyliner will not be running. So you will have to take a bus. And you cannot walk if you're staying at Yacht and Beach Club, Boardwalk, etc.
Now we have our projected start times, as you've all been eagerly waiting, I'm sure. For the 5K. Actually, yeah, okay. We're going to go through 5K, then 10K, then half. We have groups A through F for the 5K and A through G for the 10K and half.
Goofy Corral!
For the 5K, Group A's estimated start time is from 5 to 5:05. Group B, 5:06 to 5:13. C, 5:14 to 5:21. D, as in Delta, 5:22 to 5:36. E, Echo, 5:37 to 5:51. F, is Foxtrot. We have 5:52 to 6:07. And like I said, no Group G for the 5K.
I hope you two are thinking of the plane train.
I actually can't now remember what C is. I was like, I can go through
Charlie.
all of them. Oh, yeah, it is. All right. For A as an alpha for the 10K, we have 5 to 5:03. B as in, I actually don't know what is B. I always say beta because I think of the Greek alphabet, but it's not. I don't think.
I'm going to do a quick Google while you say the other ones.
Anyways, B is 5:04 to 5:07. C is in Charlie, 5:08 to 5:13. D as in Delta, 5:14 to 5:23. E as in Echo, 5:24 to 5:38. F as in Foxtrot, 5:39 to 5:55. And G, which is, don't know, can't remember.
They don't have that terminal in Atlanta, so like
no. I don't have the whole military thing down. We need to bring Jamie or MB or someone on. It's 5:56 to 6:08. Did you determine what B was?
I did. It's B as in Bravo.
Oh, duh. I was literally there today. Why don't I know this? Because I didn't get on the plane train. That's why. What's G?
Golf.
Oh, yes. That makes sense. I wanted to say gobble because, like, wine and dine and, like, food bank and stuff makes me think of Thanksgiving. All right. For the half, for A as an alpha, 5 to 5:02. Very quick send off. Group B as in Bravo, 503 to 508. Group C as in Charlie, 509 to 512. Group D as in Delta, 513 to 525. Group E as in Echo, 526 to 540. Group F as in Foxtrot, right?
Yeah.
I already said it twice. 541 to 552. And Group G as in Golf, 553 to 605.
Indeed. So, what this tells us is it seems like Group C, as it has been in the last couple of years, is the last proof of time corral based on the fact that Group D, as in Delta, is a way wider half marathon projected start time. Goes from 3 minutes to 12 minutes for what your wave send offs are. So, it seems like Group A, I think, is a single wave. That's what that implies to me.
It has to be. That's so fast.
Yeah. Zoom.
Zoom, zoom.
True dat.
Now I'm thinking about Xenon.
um, your corral opening times for the 5K and 10K are 3:45 a.m. and then for the half marathon it's 3:15 a.m. Don't feel like you really have to get there at corral opening time. If you are somebody who really wants to be at the front of your corral, then feel free to, but if you're kind of, little, you're just cool, calm and collected for this, just make sure you get there before the corral closing times, which I'm about to tell you what they are. All right. For the 5K, if you are in Corral A, your closing time is 4:45 a.m. And just before I really kind of get rolling on this, if your corral is closed by the time that you get there, you will be asked to go to the next open corral. So that might not necessarily be B. Say if you get there B closes at 4:50 a.m. If you get there at 4:55 a.m., you will be asked to go to the back of C. Okay. C, for the 5K again, closes at 5 a.m. D closes at 5:05 a.m. E closes at 5:20 a.m. And F closes when the start line clears. Your corral closing times for the 10K. A will close at 4:45 a.m. B closes at 4:50 a.m. C also closes at 4:50 a.m. D closes at 5 a.m. E closes at 5:10 a.m. F closes at 5:20 a.m. and G closes when the start line clears. Kind of wild to just like having done the DLS and just watching the balloon, like being behind the last corral, and because we wait outside usually, and like watching the lights go down for the different balloons as the corral is closing. So it's like B, the light is off, C, the light is off, D. And I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? What am I doing?
It's definitely an experience, especially the first time.
Indeed. Your corral closing times for the half marathon. A, as the other days, is going to close at 4:45 a.m. B closes at 4:50 a.m. C closes at 4:55 a.m. D closes at 5 a.m. E closes at 5:10 a.m. F closes at 5:25 a.m. and G closes when the start line clears. So, keep in mind when your corral closing time is. Again, you should probably be there by 4 in the morning anyway. So, hopefully this is not too much of a surprise. But this is kind of in a nice little graphic on the individual race. So, you want to save it to your phone. So, just in case you forget, you can reference it. Mm-hmm. That would be a good idea.
If you will be using GearCheck on race day, GearCheck is available for all races in the reunion area. They will give you a clear bag at the expo, and there are usually extras the day of the race by GearCheck. So if you've lost it, it ripped, something else tragic happened, I don't know, you can usually pick up an extra. If you forget your GearCheck after the race, they have it at the Epcot Lost and Found that is located at Guest Relations outside of the park. So you will not need a park ticket or anything to retrieve your items. If you lose something that is not clothing, First, check with the information tent in the staging area. This is like a new note. You can also submit an online form that is linked in the event guide, and then unclaimed lost and found items after race weekend go to Epcot guest relations desk outside of the parks, just like gear check. If you do lose clothes, you're SOL. I'm just going to be honest. You're SOL because they will be collected and donated to charity.
Or picked up by some of the DLS villains
Yes.
who go
There
corral.
are people who go they go clothes shopping in the corrals and on course.
Just absolutely wild costume shopping.
Mm-hmm.
So something unique about Wine and Dine Half Marathon Weekend is that there is a post-race party. Yay! If you are running the half marathon and challenge, this is included with your bib. Tickets will be mailed beginning October 1st to half marathon and challenge participants. So keep your eye out on your mail.
Me realizing that I need to go check my registration ASAP and see if my address is updated.
Oh, yeah.
So check your address if you've changed address since you registered.
Yours should be your new one, I think, based on
I
when you
think
registered.
so, but
Because you
just, friendly reminder to the people.
Yes, and I will get to that in a little bit. Wow, that was like a beautiful segue. Well, I'll just get to it now. So, if you do not receive your ticket, you will go to Will Call at ESPN Wide World of Sports. Super duper easy process. I have done it before in 2023. I had to get my ticket there because I just didn't have it yet. And they will go through, they will leaf through and see if it was something returned to sender, or what happened with me is that it was just they issued a new one. Sometimes just stuff happens and it just gets lost in the mail. I don't know if mine ever kind of made it. I think mine eventually did make it to me, but it was afterwards. So again, really, really easy process, and they're willing to work with you. So if your address is not correct, the $15 Disney promo card will be sent starting October 13th. So if you, again, half marathon and challenge participants, and if you bought a ticket, that would have already been emailed to you, just FYI. Noted that if you have a valid theme park ticket for Epcot, enter Epcot before 5 p.m. There are 2 places that you can go get and validate your ticket and then get the wristband. The World Showplace entrance, so between the UK and Canada pavilions, often where there's like a character stop on the courses, or World Celebration between Connections Cafe and Creation Shop. You can go get your wristband. Otherwise, you'll get it upon entry to the park. It says that, during the post-race party, which runs from 10 p.m., not a.m., to 1 a.m., select attractions will be available. Soarin', Test Track, Living with the Land, Frozen Ever After, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
This is my year to ride Cosmic Rewind. I did not get to ride it last year. The line was so long and they cut it off.
Oh, yeah.
But this is my year. And also, I'm going to be riding Test Track like so much.
I know. It's so exciting. You're back. There will be a jumbo pin available for purchase starting at 7 p.m. at Creation Shop. And then only the buses are available for the post-race party, and they'll be available till 2:30 in the morning. No Skyliner or monorail. What are we feeling on the Blinky Cup this year? Not that they brought up the Blinky Cup in the event guide, but
But there has to be a Blinky Cup, right?
It's not Wine and Dine unless there's a Blinky Cup.
I actually still love, because I think there might be variations on the Blinky Cup, but like I have the small one that had the cocktail in it.
Yeah. Same.
The cocktail tasted like a Jolly Rancher last year.
Yeah,
Take it or leave it. It was fine. But I love that Blinky Cup. It brings me so much joy. So we will be retrieving another Blinky Cup. I would be stoked if I could pay for the Blinky Cup and like they could put Coke in it or something instead, but I will be getting a Blinky Cup.
Or she will be a repository for your Blinky Cup that you don't want.
Yeah, if you don't want yours, I'm happy to have more than one, or
Exactly. So spectator info for this race, it's just the start and finish lines.
Mm-hmm.
Officially for every single race.
I mean, there's nowhere real. I mean, other than the unofficial places, because of how the Wine and Dine half course doesn't go past Magic or doesn't go through Magic Kingdom. There's not really anywhere to spectate, anyways, unless you want to stand on the side of the highway,
Yeah,
which we
you.
don't recommend.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes they get a little mad about that. But there's, they don't even advertise it as the boardwalk if you're staying there because that's usually a quiet zone. 'Cause they
Yeah.
don't want people going out of their way to get there.
Hmm.
Um,
Well,
so
they've cracked down on the parking there, anyways, so you're gonna have a really rough go if you try.
yeah, you can just spirit fingers and
Yeah.
disappear.
And parking at Swan and Dolphin is expensive, so
Yep. So cheer your little hearts out at the start and finish line.
mm. Are you ready for some race etiquette, Natalie?
I'm so ready for some race etiquette.
If you don't know, this is our favorite section. We mostly read exactly what the race guide has, and occasionally we add a little something something
Little flair.
from ourselves.
Little flair.
Please pay attention to all pre-race instructions, both digital and verbal. What you read and hear will not only help guide you through the race course, but will also keep you safe. And we really like it when you're safe.
That we do.
It's the lifeguards in us, really. Do you want to alternate or do you want me to go through all of them?
Yeah, we can do. Yeah, we can alternate. Like, yeah, we're like changing things up. It's like new year, new event guide, new patterns. Wear your race bib on the front of your shirt and smile. Photographers will be taking pictures of you throughout the race. That's not written in. It's actually
Oh,
it's on the event guide. It's like I have the event guide open in another tab.
okay. Please enter your start group. This, what?
The
Oh,
correct
you're
start.
correct, dude. I can't read. Please enter your correct start group. This will ensure that you are running with people who have a similar pace, assuming that you believe that Disney puts us all in our corrals based on our pace. But seriously, follow what your bib says. Please do not attempt to corral hop. If you want to start further back to be with your friends, that's totally fine. But just, keep your wits about you and be respectful.
Indeed. Speaking of being respectful, run or walk no more than two abreast. Other athletes will want to get by you. If you are walking in a group, please start in the last start group.
Yeah. Please don't be that person that's, with your 5 friends and you're somehow taking up the entire highway.
Honestly, at that point, I might be impressed. Like, if you can somehow do that, like I don't know if I'd be that mad. I think it'd be like I'd like a bowling ball, like a bowling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna bowl you
But
over.
Casey and Cece would not be proud.
They would not.
And that's the ultimate betrayal right there.
Exactly.
If you want to run with a friend, as I said earlier, and they are in a different start group, the faster of the two of you can move back to a slower start group. You cannot move ahead.
Indeed. If you're stopping at a water station, move all the way over to the table, grab water, and move away from the table so that others may get water too.
Yeah, don't linger and stand there and drink your water and then grab another one and linger some more. Keep it moving. There's multiple tables. If you want a second one, you will have another opportunity.
Exactly. You want to get out of Dodge, as Hannah always says. Right?
Move to the side if someone behind you says, "Excuse me," or coming through. Be aware of those around you. And I will add, if you are trying to get through, make sure you say something. And if you're going to change your speed or whatever, also let people know.
I don't want to have to beep this, but all I could think of was move, beep, get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. Yes, please, yeah, be like self-aware, be self-aware of where you are, but just know, remember you're like hanging out with like 10 to 15,000 of your closest friends. So, and there's a lot of people around. It's people-y, it's Disney. So,
Mm-hmm.
Feel free to shout words of encouragement to other athletes. You will hear words of encouragement in return. You may lose your voice from being a woo girl or from reprising your role as a woo girl and love every second of it.
When you are approaching the finish line, you may see loved ones cheering for you. Do not, I'm not even saying please, do not encourage anyone to join you in the finish line stretch. Your support team is very important, but please communicate that the race course and finish area are for registered participants and staff only.
Wait, we didn't talk about this during the Disneyland recap. A kid crossed the finish line during the
Really?
half. Yeah, somebody, like, they brought their kid on course, and I felt so bad because I saw the pictures and the kid looked really scared. like,
Oh.
like also that and the Slinky Dogs. But like, there were a couple of Slinky Dogs, but yeah, I was like, I saw the pictures of them. Like,
it's never worth risking you not being allowed back at a race. It's just
or like
not.
getting hurt.
Or getting hurt, or just a lot of things that could go wrong. Also, to get your kid over the barriers is an impressive feat because I've seen Natalie and a friend meet up to hand off the beer, and that seemed precarious, let alone a person.
Yes. Yeah, it was a little easier at Disney. Like, they only had the one barrier at Disneyland, at least this time, probably double it next time. But yeah, it was a little wild. Enjoy the post-race refreshments, but remember that others will want to enjoy the goodies too.
AKA, don't hog the cider.
You know, also that I was just thinking, I was like, that probably could mean like, don't take like 18 snack boxes, but like, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
But
if you're in the back of the pack, I say this every time. If you're in the back of the pack and you want to try this out, I watched someone go through with their butt bag. We encourage you, bring your butt bag. And especially this time of year, they were saying trick or treat as they walked through the snack box section. And the person thought it was funny and gave them multiple snack boxes. So,
icon.
Yeah.
Honestly, icon. And then celebrate because you're having a great race.
Mm-hmm.
Another tile that is gone is Disney Springs deals.
Tragedy has struck. Or just might be delayed, but you never know.
Yeah, we never know with this. But something that is different. There are some discounts like plugged into the event guide. And maybe some of these are like have been here before, but I've never actually clicked on them. But I had a fun time clicking around earlier. So you can get 30% off honey stingers with code Disney30. Oh my God, I feel like an influencer doing an ad read when I'm just reading that guy.
We get nothing out of this.
Yeah, we actually give Disney money to like be able to have the privilege to do this. But so I don't know if I've ever noticed that before, but yeah, you can order code Disney30, order honey stingers online, get some of those new flavors if you really like them of the waffles. 20% off Cirque du Soleil tickets through the link that's in the event guide. For Sparkly Soul, which is the vendor, they have like kind of single layer skirts. If you ever like want like the tiara or the visor that has a little like crown on it or whatever. That's that.
They do
vendor.
Headbands, I think.
Yeah, they do. If you use code Wine and Dine, which is all caps and like and wine and dine, no spaces.
The word, not the symbol.
Yes. For free shipping on orders over $30. And I remember a couple years ago struggling to find that vendor like online. Like I could not find it. So I was actually kind of stoked about this, even if I've kind of changed some of my skirt game. One More Mile, it's running goods. Use code SMILE for shipping over free shipping over $50. And then Sparkle Athletic. Use code PICNIC10 for 10% off all purchases until November 15th of 2025.
Should I offer a sneaky discount code on my shop?
Oh, yeah, you should.
Okay, let me know, peeps. Let me know what you want, and I'll consider.
Okay.
I finally learned how to do discount codes and stuff on my shop, so.
Oh, yeah.
If you subscribe, you get 15%, I think. if you subscribe to our
Ooh.
mailing list, which by the way, I don't send anything on the mailing list. So basically you're just getting a free coupon.
You had me at nothing on the mailing list before the coupon, really.
I may send stuff in the future when we drop like new collections or whatever. So you're the first to know, but like genuinely, I don't monitor it. So basically you're just getting a coupon.
That is so sick. That's so good. Because the ones where I get like an email a day, I'm like, stop it. Or like multiple emails a day, I'm like, stop it. So like every so often, I'm like, ooh, beautiful. I love that. But yeah, there. Click through the event guide. I thought it was kind of interesting. One of the shops, which was for like kind of like a magnet type of bid boards, which I obviously bid boards themselves are one thing and magnets are another. Thank you, Natalie. As I am, I am stalling until I get to the vendor. Scar and Co magnets. You could actually just order things like through the event guide page. You like could put like a
Oh,
shopping cart together. So again, this could be a feature that was available. Oh wait, I have the
I
event
don't,
guide from last year. Haha.
I don't
uh,
think so.
I don't think so too, but I wanted to at least like the idea that it might have just been somewhat ignorance on my end. Um, that Oh, they have had discount codes like if you click, so definitely click your way around the event guide. We obviously we have fun like putting these episodes together, but at the same time definitely like look through it yourself, click through it yourself. um it's really
It's fun, honestly.
it's fun, and it gets like hype for the race because it's like, oh, this is real, this is the course I'm going to run. This is something real. So yeah, they have actually had some discount codes before. Maybe the Honey Stinger one I had never noticed the code for. I don't think they had a Honey Stinger code last year.
Yeah, it
So
probably because they changed. Well, they've always had their waffles in the snack box, but maybe because they're like a bigger sponsor, if they're having their fuel on course, maybe that's why.
baller, honestly.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is awesome. So click through, let us know if there's anything we missed. And yeah, any last thoughts on the upcoming Wine and Dine Half Marathon weekend, Hannah?
Mm, my actual ad read of if you want to get your wine and dine shoes for your race this weekend that weekend, then they are available on www.thestartlineco.com. And the last day to order your wine and dine tattoos or any rise and run tattoos, really any tattoos that you want to receive before wine and dine weekend, is October 10th. So it is coming up. You've got 10-ish days.
That's crazy. It's only 10 days away because that means, because I'm running Chicago on October
Hmm.
12th. And that means that that's only 12 days away or something. I don't know.
That means I have to finish your Pope tattoos and get them in the mail ASAP.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned.
Do you think that, like, if I apply them with holy water, that kind of takes away and like some of the sacrilegious nature of having like the Pope on a tattoo?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I know enough about the inner workings of Catholicism to know how bad or good that would be.
See, one would think I was a SME, but that's one thing that they don't cover in your morality book in eighth grade.
Maybe if you want, whenever you go to mass next, you can consult with your father
I can I'll send an email to,
or bishop or something.
we might need to go up to the bishop in that one. But,
We don't need to go all the way up to the archdiocese, do we?
I don't know. What are you designing over there?
No, I don't think so.
That would be anything actually sacrilegious, just like, Chicago
No.
Pope. Jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Woo! Thanks for joining us for this edition of Event Guide and Speculate and Spiral and Taper Crazies.
Wee woo, wee woo.
See you next week. If you enjoy listening to our show, please leave us a review and a 5-star rating. We love reading your reviews out loud, and you might even be featured on a future podcast episode. We have a community spotlight on our Instagram at Stride Sisters Podcast. If you want to be featured for a Medal Monday, Finish Line Friday, or any accomplishment you want to celebrate, send us a picture via our social media platforms or our email. And to continue the fun, join us on our Facebook page. All the ways to connect with us can be found in the show notes. Thanks for listening. Until our next adventure, we're wishing you endless miles of magic and memories. See you next time.